All right, Oklahoma, Kansas in the Big 12. Oklahoma 10-point road favorites, 66 the total in this one. I'm very tempted to take Kansas here. I like backing this team at home. We know that environment's been good. 4-0 straight up, 3-1 against the spread at home this year for Kansas. And I know Oklahoma's been very impressive. Maybe it's just a victim of they were caught, after the bye week, the huge win against Texas in the Red River rivalry. They weren't, overly locked in against UCF. But I think you got to give UCF credit. They played well. And you also have to give Dylan Gabriel, some level of flack. He had a really rough start to that game, but eventually he found it and got the team in the end zone when they needed it. Kansas is coming off a 39-32 loss to Oklahoma State, and then they had a 40-14 loss at Texas. So my concern is that against the two best teams by far they've played, they've had their ass kicked, Kansas. Not so much against Oklahoma State, but they had trouble on defense against them, and then they did get their ass kicked by Texas. Although that was a game where Jalen Daniels did not play against Texas. That was Jason Bean who got the start in that game. Make sure you keep an eye on things, but Jalen Daniels is again listed as questionable here for this game. He's missed the last three and questionable to doubtful for Saturday against Oklahoma. He's progressing. His status remains little of an improvement. They say even with the benefit of a bye week, Jason Bean is expected to remain the starting quarterback here for Kansas. And that is a key thing to point out. It is a bye week here for Kansas. Extra time to prepare. I don't know. I still lean Kansas here. I'm worried about whether they'll be able to handle this step up in class against Oklahoma, but they're getting 10. They've had a strong home field. Jason Bean is not what Jalen Daniels is, but he's not a huge drop-off either at quarterback, and he does have experience. So haven't bet it yet, but I lean Kansas here as long as you get it in this price range. Anything above a touchdown. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah, I kind of lean Kansas. The quarterback carousel there is just seems like it's always just questionable with Daniels. It's just like then when he's back, he's not back. He's questionable or doubtful every game. Bean's all right, but I think he's just all right. I think at times he can make some mistakes. The total's high here, Savannah, but history shows Kansas can't stop anything. Oklahoma does have a better defense. So this is one you could look team total, Oklahoma team total for both sides, but definitely Oklahoma. And even at this number, it could still get over. I could see a ton of points in this game.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Kansas has covered 2 in a row against Oklahoma, and last year it was 52-42 in Norman. 701 yards for Oklahoma on offense against Kansas, 52 points. So I definitely would think over or nothing as far as the total in this game, which is currently at 66.